one thing that I love. I enjoy role play personally,
Mm-hmm.
but it's interesting to watch salespeople when they go to do a role play, right? Because number one, they hate it. They hate practicing. They don't like the role play. And so what
I
happens
don't
is,
want to sound canned.
right. And so they fumble all over the place, and they're just, I mean, you get these top salespeople that are phenomenal, right? They can talk, and they're very eloquent. And I mean, they can say things, just riff, left and right, but you get them into a role play and they're all tongue twisted, and
Yeah.
they stumble all over themselves. And next thing you know, you're like, okay, we got some things to work on,
Yeah. Yeah. I remember when I started in the insurance world in sales, we had kind of an expert in the industry, Wayne Cotton. And one of his phrases that always lands for me, and it kind of reminds me of what you're saying, is ad-libbing is for amateurs, right?
Yeah.
It's like, being in front of a client is not the time to practice.
Yeah.
Time to practice is back in the office or, in your bathroom mirror, with a coach, with a colleague, getting it wrong, getting it out there, realizing you're not going to get annihilated if you say it wrong, and you get better and better, right?
Well, and that's the thing that I used to always tell the folks that I would work with, right? Any of the salespeople that I would work with, I'd say, listen, role playing is not beat up on you session. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a fan of comedy. I actually got to do stand-up comedy once in my life. Yeah. And, but I went to different things, and I love watching things like Whose Line Is It Anyway? Right. And it's an improv show. And the first rule of improv, and I tell this to people, the first rule of role playing is you always say yes. And so when you present something to me, I have to roll with it.